Hey guys, this is Michael. Welcome back to the channel. And today we've got to have a little eulogy. We got to have a moment of silence today. Yes, yes, a moment of silence, if you will. Take a sip for yesterday in the anime world, as you guys maybe know. For those of you that stream anime or you love to watch anime, if you recall, for the longest time, we had one of the biggest anime, let's say, dubbing companies, but also streaming services for a while. And that was Funimation. And Funimation, if you guys don't know, started in 1994. And yesterday we found out that it will no longer be in production because basically, if you guys recall, and I believe it was 2020 or 2021, Sony purchased both Funimation and Crunchyroll. Excuse me. Funimation was already purchased by Sony, but it was Crunchyroll that was purchased by Sony from AT&T slash Warner Brothers. And so the idea was to combine both anime streaming services into one ginormous anime library. And I know for a while, including myself, I speculated on it. A whole bunch of other people did. Like, no, this isn't going to happen. It's going to happen. Well, guess what? It happened. And so we lament and we reflect on the memories that Funimation held for so many of us. Um, as you know, Funimation is responsible for the dubbing of Dragon Ball Z, and also it's also done a lot of other anime. It's done Claymore, it did Vampire Knight, it did a whole bunch of different shows that I can't name off the top of my head right now, but I'll just say this. Funimation was a huge player in the anime world. And it is sad to kind of see them go. And essentially, we're going to have Crunchyroll as the big player now in the anime streaming world or in the anime watching world. So that's some big news, right? And of course, a lot of people too are kind of they're upset because it's like, oh, all the stuff that I downloaded from Funimation, is it still going to be there? It's, they from what I know, from what I've heard from different YouTube channels, is that Sony or Crunchyroll is kind of working on trying to reimburse people. So if you had stuff in your anime library, the only problem is we don't know when that's going to happen. But, I did hear that Crunchyroll was going to offer some physical media. So from the Funimation shop, kind of like I guess you would call it like a clearance sale. My advice, take advantage of it as best you can. Also, I think I also heard too from a very awesome channel, YouTube channel last night, because I did literally hear this last night, guys. I literally heard this last night. This is like secondhand, but I heard this from a wonderful channel called Clownfish TV. Go check them out. I love those guys. Those guys are awesome. I don't know them personally, but shout out to Clownfish TV. And they also reported on something else, which we'll get into in this video. Um, but they said that possibly, well, not possibly, likely that if you do have a Crunchyroll subscription, like I do, that the prices are going to go up. And that's understandable because now they're kind of like the biggest player in the game. They're the biggest high roller in the room right now. Of course, you've got other um platforms where anime is being shown, like Tubi, High Dive, um I think VRV, Retro Crush, just to name a few. But really, the big Kahuna, the big cheese, the head honcho, is going to be Crunchyroll, probably from this point going forward, unless you can find physical media on Amazon, which even I'm kind of looking into trying to get some physical media myself if I can, and I have a lot, but I need more. Um, so yeah, so just you know, take some time to what I got my hydro flask right here. I got water. Let's take a sip right now for Funimation. I almost said Crunchyroll, but let's do it. If you guys wouldn't mind in joining me, let's take a sip. Sip of water for Funimation. We will miss. We will miss you. All right. Now, the other piece of anime news that I have for you guys, and I'm not really a big anime news channel, but I feel that this is worth mentioning. So, some time ago, I made a video discussing what, or not what, but how Japan was going to start using AI to translate both manga and anime scripts. And I was also kind of talking about the backlash towards that. And so I'm back here again. I heard this information last night from Clownfish TV. They did a video on it. I will link the video to that they put out last night in the description below. But one of the things that they mentioned is now that it's happened. The day has come where Japan is ultimately started using AI to translate manga for right now. And it still has a little bit of room to mature, but I know a lot of people are on the fence about it. I know AI right now is a very, what do we want to say, difficult topic to talk about. But I'm going to reiterate what I said in the video that I made a while back, and that is, if this is something that Japan wants to do, or if they feel that they want to do this, then do I ask you, my dear viewer, the question: do we have a right to question them? Look, I said this before and I'll say it again. I don't want anybody to lose their jobs. I don't. However, with that being said, it's what Japan wants to do. If this is the direction that they want to go in, then I say that's what they want to do. Let them do it. The other thing is it could be it could be good. It could be better. Who knows, right? I say let's take a wait and see approach to see how this all turns out. Sound fair? The other thing is the real other thing is again, I don't want anybody to lose their jobs. I've met a lot of cool people in the voice acting industry. If Japan ultimately says that they want to use AI for anime. However, we always have to remember that with the advancement of technology and AI, there will always be a need for human involvement. There will always be a need for humans, for us, for people, for normal people like you and me to do this stuff. Because think about it like this, guys. Who's going to program the AI? Well, it's going to be us. And I know AI can be a little scary, and I know that I'm going on a whole AI rant, but hear me out here. It might be good. let's take a wait and see approach. All right? Do that for me? Cool. All right, guys. I think you've heard enough from me for today. This was a cool video to make. Like I said, Funimation is gone. Crunchyroll is here to stay. And the way that I'm seeing it, or I'm gonna call it, however you perceive it, we got a lot more superior anime action coming. And it's gonna be glorious, guys. So, you know what to do, right? If you like what you heard, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. And if you didn't like what you heard, well, I thank you for coming and checking out my video. Also, guys, by the way, got some new stuff coming down the pike for you. It's going to be awesome. Remember, wherever you are, whatever you're doing today, go out and make it an anime day. And I will see you guys in the next video. Later.